Yo buddies, what's up? Hi, it's Paul you again, and in this video I got something very special for you. So let's get started. Welcome back to Gentle Mentors. What? Can you say that again? How many times do you hear this when you're speaking? So even if your vocabulary and English grammar are perfect, it can still be very difficult for other people to understand you because of your pronunciation. So my focus today on this video is pronunciation. Learning to pronounce English words can be one of the hardest parts of learning English language, believe me. The English language has some sounds that your native language might not, so you'll have to learn how to make completely new sounds. Plus, English vowels make it really tricky to know how to say a word. Way, and way are also the same, for example, while comp, bump, and tump are all pronounced differently. Oh yeah, I know, sometimes it can make it crazy. So that's why I have 5 tips for you to help you pronounce English words better. The first tip, learn to listen. So before you learn how to speak, you're gonna learn how to listen. You know, there are some sounds that can be very hard to tell apart when you're listening. Did the speaker sleep or slip? Did he hurt his chin or shin? So if you can hear the difference, believe me, it'll be easier to speak the difference. Use resources. There are many guides to get you started in learning to listen. Learn to listen from movies, songs, and music and podcasts. You know, I've even told this in my previous video lessons as well, right? But my main recommendation is that you should listen to authentic English, not pronunciation exercises. Remember, the better you get at hearing words, the better you'll become at pronouncing them. Tip number 2. Notice how your mouth and lips move. When you speak, you move your mouth, and how you move your mouth affects how you pronounce a word. You have to notice and pay close attention to your mouth when you're speaking. You can do it in 2 ways. First, use a mirror. This is by far the simplest way to tell what your mouth is doing while you talk. Second is to put your finger in front of your mouth, like you're saying shh. Okay, so as you speak, don't move your finger. You should feel your lips moving away or pushing against your finger. Watch other people and notice the shape their mouth and lips are making when they talk. Try following along with your favorite TV show or movie. Can you make the faces and sounds that the actors are making? Tip number 3. Pay attention to your tongue. Some difficult sounds to make for non-native speakers are the letters L and R and the sound th. Pronouncing them correctly is all in the sound. Well, the letters L and R are an easy way to go, but I know that for most ESL learners, it is very hard to pronounce the sound th. Well, this sound may seem very strange if your native language has not this kind of sound. To make this sound, put your tongue between your top and bottom teeth. Your tongue should stick out a little between your teeth, and as you push air out of your mouth, let some air escape between your teeth and tongue. That's what makes the sound. Let's try it now. Say the word think. Repeat it a few times. Make sure your tongue is pushing between your teeth. Think.
Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello?
This is the German Coast Guard.
We're thinking.
What are you thinking about?
Tip number 4. Add stress to sounds and words. English is a stressed language, so that means some sounds and words are more important than the others. For example, the word introduce is pronounced with a stress at the end, so it sounds more like this: introduce, not introduce, not introduce, but introduce. Sometimes where you put the stress in a word can change the word's meaning. For example, can you pronounce this word? Okay, if you said present, you're talking about a noun that means either right this moment or a gift, right? But if you said present, so you're talking about a verb that means to give or to show. You see, there's difference between present and present. There are rules for where the stress goes in each word. There's one rule. Most two-syllable nouns are stressed on the first syllable, while most two-syllable verbs are stressed on the second syllable. Here is another example. The noun address is the place where you live, but the verb address is to speak to someone. If this all sounds too complicated, don't worry about memorizing these all rules. The best way to learn is by listening and practicing. Remember, the most native English speakers don't know the rules either. They just speak what sounds right. So with enough practice, believe me, you will also get how to pronounce the words correctly. Tip number 5. Record yourself. One way to tell if your practice is working is to record yourself with a camera. Use a camera, not just a sound recorder, because it's important to see how your face and mouth and lips are working. Compare your recording to someone else saying the same words and sounds. Use your favorite part of your movie and take the video and choose 1 or 2 sentences and try to pronounce the words same. See how they're pronouncing, the tone, intonation, the stress of the word. So pay attention to the parts and try to match them with your own pronunciation. And after all, compare them and see what you did differently and try again. If your pronunciation doesn't sound the same, ask yourself some questions. Are you moving your mouth the right way? Is your tongue in the right place? And are you stressing the right part of the word? Use everything that you learned in this video lesson. Pronunciation is as important to learning English as grammar and vocabulary. Thanks to these 5 tips, you'll soon be on your way to pronouncing English like a native. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you're going to put these all tips into practice and get the best result. So don't forget about commenting, liking, and sharing so that this video can reach others as well. Take care of yourselves.